Hey, what's up? This is Václav.
A já jsem Vašek from the Czech version that is linked over there.
So, let's make very functional voice assistant satellites for Home Assistant from these cheap ESP32 S3 Box satellites.
Using voice assistant in English, it's easy. So I will also do that in another language to see how that works. And I will address the challenges along the way, such as the declension we have in Czech. That makes recognizing the names quite challenging, as the names can have 14 different forms and each word can follow different rules. We also compare the Nabu-Casa cloud with the local add-ons for the voice-to-text and text-to-voice conversion and see if they perform in Czech as good as in English.
And this is why I made the two versions, English and Czech. Originally, I wanted to make one video with two voice channels, but for some reason, YouTube is very slow deploying these features to me, so I ended up making two videos.
Which, on the other hand, gives me an opportunity to adjust the content so that the Czech version goes more in detail about specific issues of that language. And in this English version, I'll focus more on the general learnings for English, but also for other non-English languages in general, because I'm quite sure there'll be some similarities.
Okay, so let's make a satellite from the ESP32 S3 Box 3. A little bit of mouthful. Anyhow, I take it out of the box, plug it into the USB-C to my computer, and I open a Chromium web browser, and I use Edge, and I'll go to the Home Assistant main page, and in documentation under Voice Assistant there are projects, and the first one is the tutorial how to install Voice Assistant to the ESP32 S3 Box. And if I scroll down, there's installing the software. I have it connected, so I can just hit the connect button. I'll show you another way, because if you're watching this later and it's not the Euro voice, it might be difficult to find it. So you can also go through the ESPHome webpage. There is getting started, and in here there is install ready-made projects. So from there you can select different projects. So we are selecting Voice Assistant. I'll select this box, and I can choose one of those three. So R is the ESP32 S3 Box 3, I said it again, and I hit connect. I select the USB port where this is connected, and I go connect. It'll say connecting. Now I'd like to install Voice Assistant. It'll say, yeah, it's going to erase. I say, yep, install, erasing. Now it's saying it will take 2 minutes, but I've done it before and it's actually much faster than that. So let's wait a couple of seconds. Okay, this is complete. I hit next. Now it's scanning for my Wi-Fi networks. I select the one where I have my devices, enter the password and hit continue. It will configure the device. And finally, it's going to ask me to add it to my Home Assistant. And if I'm here on this page for the first time, it's going to ask me to configure the local address of my Home Assistant, and then it's going to save it, store it in the browser. So I'm going to do that. But if I was here before, it's going to just open this page where it's going to open the link to add the new integration to Home Assistant. Or alternatively, I can skip this step and I can go directly to Home Assistant, and it should actually discover the box already. So I'll say check it out, and there's the box. So I will say configure. It says discovered, submit, succeeded, it's added. I say where it is, finish, and it's done. So now we can test it. Okay, Nabu, turn on the light. Okay, Nabu, turn the lights off. And it works great. So Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Not really. It was working. This was the easiest part. It was working because I had my assist pipeline already configured, so I was cheating. So let's do that again together. So I'm gonna go to Settings, Voice Assistant, and in here I'm gonna add a new assistant. I'm gonna give it a name. Language is gonna be English. For conversion agent is only Home Assistant English. And for speech to text, I'm gonna select Home Assistant Cloud to start with, and I'm gonna go for British English. For text to speech, it's also Cloud, and I'm gonna select also British English. And from the voices, I can try different voices and pick the one I like.
Hello. How can I assist?
So let's say I pick this one.
Hello. How can I assist?
Okay, it'll do. And for wake word, I have already uninstalled the open wake word because I'm using the local wake word on the ESP32 S3 Box, so there is nothing available. So I can hit create. I can actually have more assistants configured. So then when I'm on the assistant from the user interface, I can select the one I'd like to use. For example, if I speak multiple languages at home, or on each device, I can configure different assistant to be used there as well. Or there is the one with the star, which is the preferred assistant, and I can set one to be preferred by clicking this star on the top. So now I selected the English Cloud to be my preferred one. So now let's go to the device and configure it. So I'll go to ESPHome, and here is the discovered device. Click on it. And there's not much to be configured really. There is the assist pipeline. Here I can select manually the one I'd like to use, but as I said, it's okay to use the preferred one. And then I can select different modes of detection of finished speech. So default, relaxed, or aggressive. I'll leave it on default. I can mute it if I wanted to stop listening. So it might be a good idea to do it through automation. For example, if we are not home, the security system is on, I can turn it off so people can't control our home by a voice through window or something. I can turn off the backlight. And then there is the wake word. I can say in Home Assistant, but as I said, I haven't installed the open wake word, so I'm gonna use the one on device. So this is the configuration. We didn't really change anything. We just left it out of the box. So now we can do some more tests. Okay, Nabu, turn on the light.
Down the lights.
Turn the lights off.
Off the lights.
Turn on the light in the living room.
Down the lights.
Turn off the lights in the living room. Is the gate open?
No, closed.
Okay, let's check. Okay, Nabu, open the gate. Okay, Nabu, what's the weather like?
8.2 degrees Celsius and cloudy.
Okay. Who is home?
Vark.
I guess that's me. What else? Okay, let's look at the bedroom. Close the roller shutters in the bedroom. Set the shutters in the bedroom to 50%.
Set.
Okay. And finally, I have a shopping list in here. Okay, Nabu, add milk to my shopping list. Okay, well, kind of works, but you have to know what you're asking for. Okay, so that worked great. Now let's try the local add-ons. So first I need to install them. So I will first install Whisper for the voice to text. install. Then configuration, I'm gonna leave it on tiny, integer 8, language is English. So let's leave it on defaults and I'm going to start it. Okay, so it's started now. And then for the text to voice, I'm gonna go for Piper, install, again configure. Here I can select the person. So I'm going to save the configuration in here and then start it. I think it's downloading the voices now from the Hugging Face, and it is started. Then I can go to the voice assistants and add them, but before I do that, I think I need to go to devices. Yes, and they're both discovered, so I'm gonna just configure Piper, done, configure Whisper, done, and now I can go to the voice assistants. I'll select the English one. I'm not gonna create a new one, I'm just rename this one to local. And in here, I'm gonna, for speech to text, I'm gonna select the Whisper in English, and then text to speech, Piper, and let's go for British. So let's see how it's gonna work. So I'm gonna just update it. I'm gonna go to devices. Let's make sure that the assist pipeline here is the English local, and we can try to repeat our tests. Okay, Nabu, turn on the light.
Turned on the lights.
Turn the light off.
Turned on lights.
Okay. Turn on the light in the bedroom.
Turned lights.
Okay, that worked. Is the gate open?
No, closed.
Open the gate.
Open.
What's the weather like?
7.6 degrees C and cloudy.
All right. Who is home?
Jana Vashik.
All right. And then the bedroom. Okay, Nabu. Close the shutter in the bedroom.
Closed shutter.
Set the shutter in the bedroom to 50%.
Position set.
All right. What else? The shopping list. Add milk to my shopping list.
Added.
Okay, so I think it worked similarly to the cloud version. I'm not a native speaker, so I have a feeling that the cloud version was slightly better in understanding my wrong pronunciation of the English words, but I think it's usable. So now let's try another language, and I'll go for Czech, and I will put on the screen the translation of, so you know what I'm saying, and let's see how that works. Okay, Nabu, rozsvíť světlo,
Světla byla rozsvícena.
zhasni,
Všechna světla byla zhasnuta.
okay, that worked. Now let's try in the bedroom. Okay, Nabu, rozsvíť světlo v ložnici.
Podložnici. Nenalezena.
Okay, so she's saying that she couldn't find the area bedroom, which is interesting because if I go to the areas and zones, the name is there. But the trouble is, in Czech we use declension, so when we say in the bedroom, we don't say v ložnice, which is the nominative, we say v ložnici, which is the locative. So he understands ložnice, but he wouldn't know ložnici. Let's test this idea. Let's see if this is really true. Okay, Nabu, rozsvíť světlo v ložnice.
Rozsvícena.
Okay, so it turned on the light, but it's not in Czech. We wouldn't say that. Let me elaborate. See, in Czech we have a complication called declension. Each noun is inflected in 7 cases in singular and 7 for plural. and the form depends on the word category. We have a sort of a template words for masculine and feminine, animate and inanimate words. There are templates like sir, castle, man, machine, woman, joy, and so on. Each has a different form, and each word then uses one of the templates. So in Latin, these cases are called nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, vocative, locative, and instrumental. There are 7 of them. The implication for Home Assistant are following. Let's take the area, bedroom. So when I say in the bedroom, this is locative. So in Czech, bedroom is ložnice, but in the bedroom is v ložnici, not v ložnice. Gate is brána in Czech, but to open the gate we use accusative. So open the gate is otevři bránu, not brána. So the form of the name keeps changing based on the context. Fortunately, we don't have to implement all 7 cases for each name. We are not going to ask, hey gate, are you open? That will be vocative, bráno. But we don't use that. We typically only need nominative and one of the extra cases as mentioned above. So now, if you made it through this lesson to my mother tongue, how do we make it work? All I need to do is to add locative to the areas, genitive to the shopping lists, and accusative to devices on top of the nominative. But how do we teach Home Assistant this overcomplicated Czech grammar? Well, it's actually not that difficult. All we have to do is to add those additional forms as an alias. That's easy. So let me go to the settings areas, and in here I go to the bedroom, and in the area settings I can add an alias. As you see, there is already the alias bedroom, which is, by the way, the reason why it works in English. I have the ložnice Czech name as the name, but then I added alias bedroom, and therefore it understands it in English. And I will end the locative in here, and let's see if that works. OK, Nabu, zhasni světlo v ložnici. Okay, so this works. So this is a little bit of trouble, but it has a quite easy solution. The only thing we need to do is we need to add alias to all the entities in their proper mode. So it was not so hard at the end, and I'm pretty sure that in the other languages that keep changing the form of the name based on the context, you can do something similar. So let me do that in the back end, and now let's test that. OK, Nabu. Je brána otevřená?
Closed.
Otevři bránu. OK, Nabu. Jaké je počasí?
3 stupňů Celsia.
OK, Nabu. Zavři bránu.
Zavřeno.
OK, Nabu. Zavři roletu v ložnici. Nastav roletu v ložnici na 50%. Je Vašek doma?
Poček v zóně doma.
Přidej mléko na nákupní seznam.
Přidáno. Mléko.
Okay, not so bad. So I'm gonna go to the add-ons and first the Piper configuration, and I'm gonna change it to Czech. So there must be CS Jirka low, and save it and restart the add-on. And then also for the Whisper, here it is, configuration, and I'm gonna change the language to CS. And again, save, restart, the add-on. So the add-ons are restarting, and now I can go to the voice assistants. There's this Czech cloud. I'll change it to change local. This is just the name, but then I need to change the speech to text to whisper and text to speech to Piper. And Jirka low update. So now we have it set up, and the device is set to the preferred pipeline. So let's just make sure and set it manually to the Czech local, and let's try the keywords. OK Nabu, rozsvíť světlo.
Omlouvám se, ale nerozumím.
OK Nabu, rozsvíť světlo.
Omlouvám se, ale nerozumím.
OK Nabu, zapni světlo.
Omlouvám se, ale nerozumím.
Okay, so this is not going to work. Looks like the whisper in Czech is not really understanding Czech language at all. So I will probably stop it in here. It didn't really understand even the basic command. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed today's video and you learned something new, not only about configuring and using this great little device, but also about complexities of the Czech language. And I'll see you in the next video, and I'd like to continue with the voice, and I'd like to take a look at the custom extended OpenAI conversation add-on. So stay tuned and see you in the next one. Bye.